Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is 3-Chord Dave. Thank you very much for joining me today, where we are going to talk about the new guitar from Brian May Guitars. But it might surprise you, it's not a Brian May signature. Welcome back, guys. Yes, we are today talking about the Brian May Guitars special edition for Arielle. Arielle? Arielle? I don't know. American Singer Songwriter, who I will link in the description below to her Facebook page. Some really interesting and nice sounding music there. Is the first signature artist for Brian May Guitars who's not Brian May. Interesting. So, just in case you don't know, Brian May Guitars is basically a brand that is supported fully by Brian May. House Music make these guitars for him. Subsidiary, I think, or a former ownership of Burns Guitars. They're now called House Music, and House Music now make these Brian May guitars in partnership with Brian May. Now, they do all kinds of different versions. So, of course, originally the Red Special was the thing that they have done, and every guitar they make is modeled after the Red Special. Now, they do all kinds of cool variants, limited editions and such. Some of them will pop up over here on my right hand side as I'm talking here. You'll see different colors, some really cool colors. One looks like a pelham blue type of thing, which I think it's called Windermere blue. Then you've got a really nice looking black and gold, and something I call white. Looks a little bit silver with a tortoise shell pick guard combination. Looks phenomenal. And of course, Brian May, one of the most iconic guitarists in the whole world ever, for all time. You know, Brian May is one of those rare people in the music world who's never been tied to one of the big brands. Like, he's never been a Gibson or a Fender artist. He did for a while have a deal with Guild Guitars, I believe, but he's always stuck with his own Red Special, which he and his father made together roughly about 60 years, almost 60 years ago. Now, what's significant here is that this is the first time that Brian May has actively collaborated with designing a guitar since the original Red Special. He has been involved in the collaborations with Burns and House Music and Brian May Guitars, and getting like improvements, incremental improvements done down the years to these models. So, you know, he's involved in that. But with Arielle, I don't know how to pronounce names. He has stepped in and helped her with the design. Now, the design is heavily based off a guitar that she built with her friend, which is kind of what Brian May did with his guitar back all those years ago with his dad. You know, they got together and built the guitar. Now, the guitar is a pretty cool standout look itself. Does, of course, remind of certain models. We won't go into that right now because, you know, the company whose model it resembles kind of get very lawsuity, if you know what I mean. Gibson. So let's just talk about the Red Special for a moment. You can buy that from the brianmayguitars.com website. I will put a link in the description below there. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that, so feel free to click away and see what you get. And it's actually surprisingly cheap. And what you get is an acoustic chambered mahogany body and a set neck mahogany also with an ebony fretboard. And you get abalone snowflake inlays in the fretboard, which is also carried over into Arielle's model, which I'll show you in just a moment. 24-inch scale length on both of these guitars, which is standard to the Red Special. You get Grover tuners because apparently that's Brian May's preference, so that's pretty cool. And you get the Brian May Trisonic single coil pickups, which, you know, again, iconic as they come. And then there's also the aluminium, or aluminum if you're in the US, top hat and knobs as well for your volume and tone. And then you've got the phase switching and the on and off switches as well. Again, iconic to the Brian May Red Special. All of that is on the guitar for Arielle as well. Now, the guitar is made, Arielle's guitar, which is over here right now, is made from Limba. Now, you and I would actually refer to Limba as Carina wood. So, same thing. It's made from Carina, which I think that fact alone is going to make these guitars incredibly popular. And those, again, it comes with a 24-inch mahogany 24-inch scale mahogany neck, and it comes with with abalone diamond snowflake inlays as well, which make it look really cool. And it's got this two-tone kind of effect where the finish is blue on one side, red on the other. In fact, it is called the two-tone as far as I can make out, and it sounds really good from what I can hear. Now, this guitar is available, if you like the look of it, it's going to be available from March, the end of March in 2021, so the 28th, I believe, 28th of March 2021, and it's surprisingly affordable. Now, if you haven't ever checked out Brian May guitars, yes, they sell guitars for thousands of euros and pounds and dollars and all those kind of things, but you can also get a Brian May special, red special, and also limited edition specials for quite reasonable prices. So a Brian May special costs £620 for worldwide pricing. Now, in the UK, you have to add on VAT or VAT on top of that as well. So I think they just don't charge that if they're shipping outside the UK. And then you got to deal with customs or wherever in your own country. So that means that those of you in the United States can purchase that guitar for $858. Not bad. Again, you might have some import or customs fees on top of that. And those of us in Europe, it comes out to €708. And again, customs probably charge you another 20% on top of that, 25, 20 something percent. Who knows? They just like taking our money. So the interesting thing is this new guitar from Arielle is going to come in a little bit more expensive than the Brian May guitar. So I think that's kind of interesting because Brian May, one of the most iconic guitarists of all time. Arielle, with all due respect, not quite as iconic just yet. Who knows? It might be down the road. But her guitar is coming in at £662 plus VAT. And then, so that's $916 and then 756 yo-yos. And of course, VAT and everything like that. Both of these guitars, if you do buy them, they come with a gig bag and you can add a hard case for an additional fee. However, I think this is really cool, and I wonder if there are other artists that are going to become Brian May signature guitar artists. Brian May signature guitar that's not for Brian May. That's kind of weird, but hey, that is cool. Now, what I'd love you to do, guys, is go to the Brian May Guitars website, check out all the different variations. There's a really nice green one coming out, for example, in April of 2021. I really like, as I said, the white one with the tortoiseshell pickguard, and I don't usually like tortoiseshell pickguards, but I think it looks particularly nice on this one. The black and gold version took my eye, but also the Pelham blue. You guys know how I feel about blue guitars. It's just like my weakness. So anyway, guys, I'd love you to go to our website, check these guitars, both of them out, and see what you think. Let me know your thoughts. And have you heard of Arielle or Arielle? I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. But hit the link in the description below to her Facebook page where you can find out more about her and her journey. And there's some cool new guitars. She actually released new music this week with a nice song called Peace of Mind. Sounds pretty cool. So definitely check that out. And guys, please tell me what you think of these guitars. Are you aware of Brian May guitars? Have you got one? Have you been lusting after one? And guys, I don't know what I'm going to do this year. There's so many cool guitars that I want to buy. But hey, that's all part of the fun of being a guitar nut, I suppose. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. I really do hope you find these guitars to be super cool. And maybe you pick one up. Let me know about it. Put your comments and thoughts in the comment section below. If you could, hit subscribe, especially if you have seen more than one of these videos. And of course, like that video if you have found this enjoyable. I'll talk to you again soon, guys. Take care. See you Wednesday.